Back to our top story now on the meeting between Barack Obama and Xi Jinping. The two leaders have agreed on a set of rules to tackle cyber attacks, but that's not the only thing they're trying to deal with. Other issues up for discussion include China's trade policies and what many in the US see as the artificially low value of its currency, making Chinese exports cheaper. The US wants China to pressure North Korea to curb its nuclear program and military activities. And there's also tension between the two countries over who has the most influence in countries in the Asia-Pacific.
The U.S.-China summit, the first since Xi took office in March, began at a resort near Palm Springs. They met for 3.5 hours on the first day of talks on Friday. Obama said their decision to meet early signifies the importance of the U.S.-China relationship. He said he hopes for more extended and informal talks that will lead to a new model of cooperation between the two countries.
President Xi just took office in March. Our decision to meet so early, I think, signifies the importance of the U.S.-China relationship. It's important not only for the prosperity of our two countries and the security of our two countries, but it's also important for the Asia-Pacific region and important for the world. The importance of this relationship in some ways is reflected with the somewhat unusual setting that we are hosting the President in. Our thought was that we would have the opportunity for a more extended and more informal conversation in which we were able to share both our visions for our respective countries and how we can forge a new model of cooperation between countries based on mutual interest and mutual respect.
The U.S. president also told his counterpart that the United States welcomed China's peaceful rise as a world power. Obama has been urged by activists to raise the issue of the China 16, a group of individuals detained on political or religious grounds. The summit comes months earlier than expected. They had been due to meet at an economic summit in September.
The president will stay at Sunnylands, but Xi is at this Hyatt, reportedly worried about eavesdropping, underscoring the toughest issue dividing the U.S. and China.
Today, the biggest problem could very well be cyber and intellectual property theft, which costs us roughly $300 billion per year.
The president wants China to own up to cyber attacks coming from its territory, including this military building in Shanghai. Though Mr. Obama's argument could be undercut by this week's leaks about America's eavesdropping on foreigners. President Xi is already being protested by demonstrators against China's crackdown on human rights. Another sign that it will take a lot more than one weekend in a fairy tale setting to fix all that's wrong between the U.S. and China.
The two men have a range of very serious issues to discuss, among them North Korea's nuclear missile program and cyber security, the accusation that China steals America's secrets. But nobody's expecting real results from this summit. It's more about a critical relationship. The leaders of the two most powerful nations in the world getting to know each other a little bit better.